Yo, what's up gamers? Just a really quick video. Wasn't planning to make this. I'm gonna use the overlay for it. No gameplay, alright? But it's something that I think is worth getting out there as a little bit of a follow-up to my previous Mamamax video, just to keep people in the loop of what this guy is doing. I know some of you guys don't have the time to go on Twitter, so maybe just getting this small video will be worth it, just to get some info out there. So make sure you like and share, blah blah blah. So a couple things. First thing, Max is going ahead and he is copyright claiming archive channels that are documenting his antics, and it looks like it was several videos that were referenced by the posters on Reddit. So the official Mamamax Reddit that I was, I made the video on, and I was verbatim basically saying what was going on. The Mamamax subreddit went ahead and detailed what was going on in the privated or deleted stream that Max had, where he had his little breakdown and started, just basically destroying his cause and showing everybody what kind of a con man he is, and all the mess ups, right? All the fuck ups and stuff generally. So it's very suspicious that now at this time, for some reason, right? Because I had a couple contrarians in the comment section of the previous video that were like, oh, you know what, pal? You and the Reddit got a couple things wrong. Well, I guess we won't be able to see that now, because Max is suspiciously going ahead and censoring a bunch of stuff and just copyright claiming things so it doesn't see the light of day. Unfortunately, right? How unfortunate, how suspicious. How convenient that all of a sudden Max is trying to censor people from showing his fuck-ups in real time. Right? Now, if that's not suspicious or telling, I don't know what is. It gets even worse, though, as this is something that came to my feed like today or something. I don't really look into Max like that. I felt, though, that I should do my due diligence. And by that, I mean just, looking up the Mamamax hashtag. But people were talking about this. The Mamamax did fake a court document, but he didn't claim he was actually getting sued. It was a prop in his IMVU video that he used to imply that there was some grand legal threat that didn't really exist. The issue is that this is yet another example of him using editing techniques to falsify information in his videos. When pushed on this, he claims he blends fact and fiction, a perfect excuse to hide behind when you're a snake oil salesman that doesn't do anything substantiated. But yeah, that's pretty much I mean, if that doesn't say much about anything. And again, this guy, oh fuck. And I called it out in Pick a Side YouTube while everybody was still fanboying and fangirling over Max, pretending like his shit didn't stink, right? Like, again, I'm not going to be a dick and go ahead and say, well, based on this, Max obviously deserved to get Me Too, pal, and I totally believe the women. Fuck no. That shit still looks shoddy as fuck. Alright, but when it comes to this, at its core, and since it's being presented even more so now, yeah, Max is kind of getting annoying to the point where you can't overlook his shit. Like, Mudahar was his friend, and I don't know how long that's gonna last at this point. Typically when you have a friend, you like to see the good side in them and disregard like the red flags and stuff of that sort. But it's almost like you can't really anymore. So we got the worth noting, he strongly implies that he has been sued before, once again in an effort to add credibility to his investigations, quote unquote. Not sure if there's any evidence of this. Here's the timestamp, blah blah blah. So yeah, pretty much Max not looking too good. Max Striker, very bad situation that we have here. If he didn't look sus as fuck before, he most certainly does now. I think that if you upload something from Mamamax at this point, that you should do it at your own risk, because it looks like this guy is pretty much on a downward spiral of sorts. Normally when people come down on these downward spirals and they start copyright claiming, the last thing on their mind is their image to an extent, because he's gotta know that this is a bad look overall. This is not good press. Many people in the YouTube space, notably the high figures, the higher ups, they know this is the unspoken rule. It's such an unspoken rule that even the commentary people uphold it. Then the higher ups are going to uphold it even more so. You don't copyright claim something. You don't false copyright strike. That's what people look at it as, a false copyright strike. Copyright claims are very rarely looked at in a positive regard, but in certain circumstances, right, there are times where you can overlook this or there'll be nuance to it. For this in particular, there is really none. I mean, at the end of the day, Max straight up doxed another person's mother live on air with the victims, right? These victims, quote unquote, are public figures thanks to Max now. This is all Max's fault, right? So I don't know what asinine excuse he wants to use. I think the last asinine excuse he wanted to use was that the victim didn't want to be mentioned, homie, and stuff. I'm sure that the mother that you doxed the other day with the victims didn't want to be mentioned either. But you did it anyway, right, Max Striker? Because you don't care. Because you've never really given it. And it sounds like I'm going very hard in him. It's getting very difficult, right, to overlook it. It's just, this is mainly about Max's character, and it's very problematic that he's doing this because, again, you know, some people aren't going to stick with the facts and they're going to let their emotions take control. And when that happens, this is what's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to reference back to that situation where Max was getting possibly Me Too'd by these women, and they're going to turn around and they're going to be, because of all of these bad things that Max is doing right now, they're going to say, you know what, Max Striker, maybe I shouldn't have given you the benefit of the doubt. You know what, Max Striker, given with everything you're doing right now and how shady and fucked up you're being, maybe you did do something to those women, right? That's what they're going to say, ladies and gentlemen. And that's why you don't go self-destructive. And this is becoming a self-destructive kind of thing. Max is already losing in the court of public opinion. He's losing his own people, his own fan base. I wouldn't be surprised if the victims that he's trying to help, quote unquote help right now, are gonna turn on him eventually. Maybe leave him for another YouTuber to do fucking videos, right? It's a sinking ship. Mamamax is officially a sinking ship. Any of you that want to go ahead and stay in that ship, you are fucking moron. In my honest opinion, Maxi boy. You've fucked up way too much. It's Joe over. You know, even if at this point you manage to make a kind of quote unquote recovery, whatever that's worth. Yeah, damage has already been done. You've already given people a reason to not trust you in the future moving forward, and to probably want to distance themselves from you in the future. So that being said, congratulations, Max. Just when you think he couldn't fuck up anymore, ladies and gentlemen, he goes ahead and he proves you ever so wrong, and he does it again, and he fucks up again. What a time to be alive. If you would have told me when I made that pick-a-side YouTube criticizing him that he was going to fuck up 3 years down the line and that I should have just been patient, man, I would have been like, lol, that's cool. But like I said, I'm always right and I get proven right, so it is what it is. I'll just keep that as further reference. Just be patient. Patience is a virtue, apparently. Anyway, that's all I got for this video. Have a good rest of your day. Stay frosty, and we'll see you in our live stream this Friday. Goodbye.